Dini and Coach
Mozia.
Mozia. Both teams have been very solid. Of course, Onyx has the longer reign per se, but Bigatron, we have seen that they've been sharpening up. And as I was saying, with Max at the helm, they have a lot more ways to be aggressive in the early game. Unless Onyx want to try and fight that early game using an assassin on Kyrie, we'll just have to see how this plays out as we take a look at the team head-to-head by head and shoulders. Onyx Esports has the higher kill and assist, and Bigatron has more death. But as Miko was saying, in the
season, here though, Rashi is starting to dive deep at the keys to victory by Axe for Onyx Esports.
pressure Bigatron's gold laner, respect Keys, Atlas, and actually any kind of engaged hero, I think that will be the point that Key will try and get. Explore another cheese combo in the drafts, and of course, be objective orientated, because that's how they usually play out. I think if they can curb Marky and Key, that is the bulk of the aggression coming in. But of course, King Max is still a factor. For the side of Bigatron Alpha though, secure the hero with the burst damage to objectives, anticipate Onyx 4-2-1 setup, win the matchup in the gold lane, and minimize Onyx's chance to play objectives. Same coin right here. The gold lane is so important, and the jungle, right? It's essentially a showdown between Marky as well as CW, and it's a showdown between Max as well as Kyrie.
Every lane is a highlight lane here. The gold lane, Marky will take on Calvin Winata.
What makes him special has got to be that macro, right? He's so active on the map and he always makes the right decisions, whether to rotate, to go for the turrets, and that's what makes him, kind of what makes Marky special as well. He's very aware gold.
But maybe it can go to the gold lane as well, depending on how aggressive they want to be in those side lanes.
I think they might just go for the Claude though, for BTR. They secure a very...
that Claude pick themselves. So now back to the second phase of the banning phase. Both teams still require a bit of crowd control, a bit of a front line maybe.
I was about to say, Bigatron Alpha, apart from that Paquito, actually they really need crowd control. Onyx Esports, they have somewhat say enough with that wall charge, of course. But if they really want to add more, I feel like a Cho might be a good fit here for side of Onyx Esports.
Yeah. We'll see how they go for the draft here. Again, Onyx Esports going to take away the Esmeralda from Chorizo. And if they do want to just go for the target ban towards Chorizo, I'm expecting a Uranus ban next, right? But honestly, you can't just go for Chorizo. You need to respect Key as well. Key has been literally El Momento. He creates these moments for Bigatron Alpha, enables the team with his flash. It's only
that, and so they deny that from the side of Onyx. And now first pick in the second phase. I think Onyx needs utility for sure.
Let's see. Utility would definitely help them out here if they want to go for something like a Mathilda. They can, honestly, just to help them out with the mobility here. They already have a Grok as well. They can just use this as the curveball for that last pick. Pick up an XP lane here. Never mind. All right, Grok's gonna be the roamer. Fredrin picked up in the XP lane. Now BTR have the chance to counter Fredrin. They can just put the Paquito into the XP lane, or, in my opinion, put this Paquito in the jungle. Max on the Paquito. Last time, we got a Max Niak on this hero.
Exactly, that was an insane moment. And with how Max has been performing, it makes sense to put him on a strong hero. With a strong jungler here, the weaker side lanes from Onyx Esports can be taken out with that roaming presence that the jungler brings. So we'll have to see, is that the actual option that Bigatron go for? And of course, they still need to get a... I don't know, if they want to go for the Paquito in the jungle, then they can secure something more tanky, something that can cut waves more ideally for Chorizo.
Mathilda and Karina.
Wow.
So it's the Paquito in the XP lane. They value that mobility from the Paquito, and they're going to add on to that with another mobile hero, a utility roamer, you can say, on that Mathilda, and also this jungler. Big question is now, is Max going to go damage or tank build?
We've seen both come into the into play. The tank will have a better option, a better time against... If he's only going to go and try and shut down Claude, I think going for tank makes sense.
There you go.
For Onyx Esports, that's gonna be the Lancelot, man. And Kyrie's Lancelot, it's pretty legit.
I mean, we saw this, right? Phoveus ban, I think that somehow indicates they might want to pick up the assassin, so they committed.
Let's see though, as the audience prediction comes through. Audience prediction by TikTok, 64% towards Onyx Esports and 36% towards the closest so far we've seen in the playoffs for day number 2. Let's see if they're gonna be right or wrong.
Let's see indeed here. Audience prediction by TikTok.
All right, that was a pretty solid one. That was a pretty pumped up one from Arashi.
You can see the heads turning.
Give me one more team, and that is Onyx Esports.
Or maybe you want to just do Viva RQ.
Wow, the backstab. Now go Onyx!
Hey, he even did the tone of the emote coming in from in-game. But all right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
He's ready.
He's ready, but are you ready?
I'm born ready.
Donnie, since you're an Onyx fan yourself, go, do it.
I'm ready.
No, you gotta do the go Onyx, man. We have 1 minute left. We gotta entertain the people back at home.
Well, go Onyx.
What? What the heck was that?
There, I'll show you.
Yeah.
All right,
Blast.
I'm looking at the audience. I'll tell you how many heads turn.
Bigatron win! There you go. That's how you do it, Gonnie.
I saw at least 3 heads.
3 heads.
What is that? That's what.
There you
Man,
go.
Gonnie, man. You gotta assert some dominance, bro. But whoa, take a look at this. The turtle Maxnia. Second turtle, number 2's turtle secured in MPL ID.
Number 2. All right.
We all know who number 1 is. With Max here, 57 turtles, not too shabby.
Yeah. Definitely not too shabby. Onyx Kyrie is still number 1 with 66 turtles. Or maybe we can see the Lord next, yeah? I think, actually, when it comes down to Lord, I don't think it's Kyrie or Max. I think it's someone else. I do believe our 7th Karina's true damage. And with Lancelot's passive as well, that actually enhances the retribution the more stacks he has.
That's a very fair point. So maybe it would just come down to who can actually win the fights before the objectives instead. And in that endeavor, I feel like the crowd control department, I don't really know who this favors actually. There is the wild charge to be a big factor on the side of Onyx Esports. Will that be enough though? Because we've seen, I think, Vin do crazy things with it. We've seen Fluffy pull off crazy engages as well. We did say that there's a potential for it to be used in the jungle, right? Because of how many people he can knock up on the way to the objective. So I think Onyx Esports might have an edge when it comes down to that. But look at who is on the screen.
It's Repo and Kathy's, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Repo. Girlfriend buff, question mark?
Well,
Big question mark.
bench buff, I guess.
Bench buff. Oh, all right, man.
What does that mean?
Just like Samo.
Just like that.
You come on. Well, you gotta do Samo like that.
But man, oh man.
But we got the Bix buff here for BTR, right? Where's your mascot, Gonnie?
I'm their mascot.
You're their mascot. All right. We'll just wait for Gonnie to get up on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting. He's walking down the caster desk over to the stage right now to dance in front of the Onyx members.
Psych!
Psych, he's
I'm
not.
still here.
He's the
Rico.
caster, huh?
What buff do you think Bix gives to the team, man? Is it charisma? Is it strength? Is it dexterity? What is it?
It's honestly just swag.
Romance.
What?
It's swag.
Romance.
Swag buff.
Romance.
Huh?
How'd you get romance?
Because
Gonnie's down
robots.
bad.
They're robots.
So robots are romantic in Gonnie's world.
Man, Gonnie is down bad.
Here though, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're still waiting for the troubleshooting to complete. There is an emblem bug. We are getting information right now currently as to what the problem is. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I think we might
See a remake.
see a remake here for the first game. Because of the emblem bug, it's unfortunate, but again, we want fair play to be our #1 priority. It will always be our #1 priority. So BTR and Onyx Esports will have to remake the game with the exact same drafts, and we're gonna jump into the game.
Let's just jump to the last once again to witness Game 1 between Bigatron Alpha and as well as Onyx Esports.
I think it comes down to all ins. Onyx Esports has an advantage, but if you're talking about distance management, kiting back and forth, I think Bigatron Alpha has a bit of an edge due to the range that they have, and of course the AoE as well. You can tell that for just off the bat, Sans and Moreno, right? The damage output is very, very different. Sans is more of a utility hero, and you can see Moreno, you can just do a lot of DPS, and that is true all the way till the late game.
And speaking of utility and damage, for BTR, Max, he's opted to go for the Demon Slayer emblem. Meanwhile, Kyrie on the killing spree, right? So he's very confident in getting those kills, getting those team fights and pickoffs on the board. Meanwhile, for Max, he's still just going for those neutral objective control in the early stage. With his faster clears, this also enables this composition to do even better in that rotation department with the help of the guiding wind and obviously with Karina's first skill.
Whoa.
See here, Kyrie giving some action towards Sorizo. But man, no first blood in the first 2 minutes.
No first blood just yet. Big H and Alpha picking up a slight gold lead due to the faster rotations. But
Oh!
look at that, just like that, they go in.
Thorn Rose.
Oh my God!
Pick and Keyboy with the flicker action. 2 members deleted in the first 2 minutes. You can see here Onyx setting up yet another attack on towards Max, taking the jungles, and Max, he's behind on farm.
Yeah, he's gonna back up there, right? Not really worth to risk his life for a little creep like that. But here you go, town prediction by
Whoa.
Axe. It seems Omwawa stuck in match 1.
Woo.
But we'll have that fixed just very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen, as BTR are looking to go for the turtle test. 2 minutes in, Onyx have the...
Of a CW, you do see that he has his power spike, the Demon Hunter Sword, and the Golden Staff, so a lot of damage, especially to the tankier members, but Blazing Duet's going to be very difficult for Big H and Alpha to deal with because they don't have a lot of physical defense on the main carries.
It seems like Sorizo will be the target here. Sorizo trying to buy a lot of time. In the backside though, Sans might be caught here. Sorizo doing his job, trying to clear as well, but Sorizo will not survive for long. Sans here baiting out the enemies. Keyboy again opening up vision.
Nice barrier.
On
Oh,
Max. Max is trapped.
Oh!
He gets taken down in the backside.
Kyrie!
Moreno gets taken down. Wind of Nature pops. Marky popping everything he can, but it seems like they both survives.
Absolutely brutal from Onyx Esports, tearing Bigatron Alpha apart 1 by 1. And this is all because of the forced errors that they are able to set up early on. 4,000 gold lead now built up for Onyx Esports. This is usually how they take games with that snowball. They never let go of that grasp. And currently, Bigatron are going to have to hope for a very, very good team fight to at least turn it around.
The zoning from Keyboy is so good as well. You can see that Big H and Alpha, they can't get a foothold when it comes to contesting any kind of objective.
Ow.
And Keyboy, it
What?
takes away the purple buff.
Max uses his red 3.
Yeah, he missed the red tree there, miscalculations here on the stage. But Onyx Esports now is going from bad to worse for Bigatron Alpha. And Onyx Esports are absolutely outclassed.
Crazy. And it's not like Bigatron wasn't trying to pick him off, try and catch him in the middle of his spells. No, he was just too fast, too quick with it. And I think the knowledge, right, knowing when to use the spells is what makes Kyrie so good, because again and again, it seems like he uses the spells for damage, yes, but also at the right moment for full benefit, to dodge away from a lot of damage, a lot of utility of Bigatron Alpha as well. And as we were talking about it earlier, the fact that Key is unable to find any meaningful fight due to Keyboy being on that Grok, that is just so difficult of a situation for Bigatron Alpha.
Man, oh man, what a match, or what a game. First game done and dusted here, but Bigatron, it seems like Onyx Esports read them like a book. Mirko.
He did. I mean, they didn't just read them like a book. They outclassed them literally in every single department. The team stomp here in game 1, 14-1, and this Lancelot with the killing spree. Now you really know why he went for the killing spree.
Exactly.
He was ready. He knows that he's gonna get those kills. And with the killing spree, that's just absolute value. You can sustain so much. I don't think we've ever seen Kyrie recall. I think the only time he recalled was when he got taken down, right, by Max. And that wasn't a recall.
That wasn't a recall indeed. So let's take a look at the
One of the more tanky members on the team for Bigatron, and 4 or 3 hits is enough for him to actually get chunked down. That is crazy.
Gotta be honest with you, that was a nasty, disgusting gameplay from the side of Onyx Esports. Unstoppable once they got it going. Man, only taken down